Hi friends, MV Vegan here. I make a quick, easy hummus recipe today. Almond hummus. I've soaked some almonds and I've soaked some sesame seeds. Well, I try to soak them now. It's a little bit different flavor. The almonds, they might be a little bit bitter. After soaking this, they taste a little bit nicer, gentle, and same with the sesame seeds. And you could use tahini too, but the soaked sesame seeds, they can even sit in the fridge. When they are soaked, you rinse and drain them, put them in a glass or a container, seed container, put them in the fridge for some days, and they even begin to sprout. You might see they are a little bit begun there. Shouldn't sprout too much because they turn bitter then, maybe. So just take them 2 or 3 days in the fridge, maybe 2 days or so. I had other things to do, so I wanted to make it earlier, but this way I have them sprouting a little bit. Of course, that's wonderful with the nutrient density. Sprouting makes much more nutrients in the food. So I'm glad I have done it. So now, first I begin with the almonds. 2 cups almonds, and the same amount of the sesame seeds. I have to scrape it out because they have been soaked, they are wet, they stick to the bowl, so just a small spoon to get them all out. That's not a big deal. And I have a lemon here. I have a whole lemon for 2 cups each, almonds and sesame seeds. I will begin with a half of a lemon. It's a large lemon, so half may be enough for a first. And I have 2 cloves of garlic, but this is very small here, small, and you take maybe 1 clove, it's a little bigger. I just take 2 small ones, they're pretty much the same. All goes in here. And the spices, ½ teaspoon each of Himalayan salt, crushed black pepper, and cumin. Cumin is, that's a classic for hummus, and all the other ingredients are a little bit different. I mean, the almonds are different. The sesame seed is a classic, but usually you have garbanzo beans, or there are also zucchini for a new kind of hummus without garbanzo beans. But now I have almond and the cumin and the sesame seeds mainly. Now I will see what happens now if I blend it up, process it, and I see in a bit when it's done and taste it. Oops! Any juice, of course. Without juice, nothing runs. There's a little break now, because I'm going to show you something. What happens while processing here. When especially with nuts and seeds, you process them. What can happen is that the food processor pushes, or the blades push the dough up the walls here of the container, you see, and they won't move anymore. And in the middle there is a hole. So that is when it is too dry, and maybe it's too little of the quantity. But it is too dry in this case, I would say. So I will put a little bit of water in there. And just try. Then the food processor would work a little bit more efficiently. So here I put some water, just a little bit, not even a cup. Yeah. I don't want to have a very runny, the hummus. So a little bit, just to make it work. I will see if it works. Let's see. And what I didn't show you, it didn't work, but I didn't show you then, once it's up the sides, the hummus, I take this scraper here. It comes with the machine, usually. You can buy it only if you want to. But with the machine, when you have the one coming with the machine, it's usually precisely made, fit to scrape into every angle here, the corners of the machine. So when you scrape it down, you help it a little bit to turn over. And yeah, it's better now. The liquid, the water. Let's see what happens if I do a little bit, turn the process a little bit longer. So now it's done, I would say. I show you. It took me half an hour now to get this done now. So the food processor was running all the time. In the beginning, I opened it all the time to scrape it down, and then I came back and showed you the water. I put some more water in there. That's pretty much all I did. Then after the water was in there, I stopped opening it, let it work. Then when it turns over the dough, from the sides it falls down into the blades, then you don't need to open it anymore. And the food processor has to be really good to keep a half an hour work going, because it turns warm, from the machine turns warm. This one is an excellent model, I say. I mean, I bought it maybe 15 years ago, and it's still first quality. It's very, very good. So it's good to have a good food processor, because especially some works, some jobs need some more time, and the machine keeps running and this would not move. The processor wouldn't move. It can go away, it works, and it just turns and turns on high speed. Nothing happens. Of course, with the food processor, you never have the same texture like in a high-speed blender here. The food processor always is more gross. Stays more gross, but because it doesn't turn that fast and the blades are not so effective. But the blades are larger, that's therefore. And for example, nut butters or marzipan or these kind of things, or hummus like this, I would always make it in a food processor. And if you want a texture, but before I go on talking, before I explain more, I will taste it now. I'm curious what it tastes like. Let me see, and then I show you the texture. It's really nice. Wow, very nice. So let me resume one more time. I used 2 cups of almonds and 2 cups of sesame seed, soaked and rinsed and drained. And then I processed it together with a half lemon, half large lemon, or you can have a small lemon, a whole small lemon. And then 1 clove garlic, or 2 small cloves, and half teaspoon each of pepper and salt and cumin. And some water, maybe a half cup or so. And that's what I have here. I show you. A pretty nice texture. It's a very subtle flavor, and it's of course not as smooth as if you have it in a high-speed blender. But it is very nice here. That's the texture I have. See this? It's delicious. It's a very subtle flavor. So all I needed here is a little bit of lemon, not too much, pepper, salt, cumin, and a little bit of garlic. That's all. So you want to have it smoother now. You could add some olive oil. I just give you a hint how to make it creamier. So a little bit of olive oil maybe would make it very creamy immediately. But for this, I don't need the olive oil. Usually in the hummus, they put always a little olive oil because it has this creaminess, this nice creaminess. But it doesn't need to be olive oil. It can also be the fat in the almonds and in the sesame seeds. For me, oil-free food has a special, lightness. I like. But sometimes I use some oil to refine it. I could use it here, wouldn't be a problem. Just to show you that it works without oil. You can try, and it's very nice. Let me delicious, really wonderful. You have these tiny little sesame seeds. They're not completely processed, but they're a little bit crunch, but very, very gentle only. It's wonderful. There's a warmness in this. There's a warm temperature in it because of these very strong ingredients. The pepper is very warming, the salt also a little bit. And of course, mostly the sesame seeds and the almonds. They have so much power. And I will use it on a cracker or maybe on a cucumber sticks or slices, or I can eat it with a carrot sticks. There's so many options to have this wonderful olives. Maybe you can eat it with the olives. So many options. Just a basic recipe with 7 ingredients in this case. It's a take 3 also, because I just combined, you know what, let me count it for you. At first I have the almonds. That's why I call it almond hummus. That's very special because usually it's garbanzo beans. Yeah. So it's an almond hummus, first ingredient. And then there are 2 other trinities, 2 other little units, let's say. First unit is the sesame seed, the lemon, and the garlic. That are maybe ingredients that would be like food, main ingredients. And then the second unit I add is just spices like pepper, salt, and cumin. So they're whole 7 ingredients, and it's very basic. I wouldn't leave out even one of these, and you can begin to add more if you like. And you can process it for again. You can also put it through a juicer. Now, running it through a juicer would make it a little bit more creamier. Like same with the nut, you make a nut butter. I always begin with my food processor. It takes a long time to make it creamy or a little bit creamy. And then if you want it really creamy, just run it through the juicer. The Champion juicer is perfect for that. There's a little bit of equipment for it, very easy. And then you have a nicer, even creamier texture. That's a little, some knowledge about it. But for this, as I said, it's very basic and simple, but it's super delicious. I really enjoy. I'm looking forward to eat it. And if you have questions or want to give me some of your advice or hints or so, please don't hesitate. I'm very happy, very glad to hear you. And if I can, I answer everything from my knowledge. And yeah, you can also subscribe to MDV on YouTube. We'll be glad to have you there too. Get another recipe every single day. And you'll find me on Facebook, on Instagram, and Twitter, and on Pinterest, even there. See you soon.